So tell me about the Center for Dietary Supplements. What kind of work do you do?
Well, I'm responsible for assuring the safety of dietary supplements, responsible for monitoring adverse events related to dietary supplements, and also assuring that dietary supplements are manufactured using good manufacturing practice.
Now, the FDA doesn't regulate dietary supplements from the very beginning, right?
That's correct. There isn't a pre-market review of dietary supplements. Although all dietary supplements that are marketed must be safe, the onus is on the manufacturer to assure that dietary supplements are safe. Now, if FDA does identify a problem, that is through the literature or through adverse event reports, then we can take action against those supplements, and we have done that several times.
So what's a dietary supplement?
Well, a dietary supplement is several things. It can be a vitamin, mineral, an herb, a botanical, protein. There are many, many forms of dietary supplements.
So since we don't monitor them pre-marketing, do you ever sort of go into the dietary supplement store and get some off the shelf and just do spot checks?
Well, not routinely. Generally, when we go into sampling product, we have an issue that we're looking for. For instance, we did do a large sampling of vitamins that are used by women of childbearing age, and we specifically were looking for lead levels because we're concerned about lead that would be consumed by women during pregnancy.
Adulteration and other things that you find in adverse events, it's gotten a lot of publicity recently. Talk a little bit about what you've been doing and how you're protecting the public as best you can.
Well, there are various forms of adulteration and contamination of dietary supplements. One area that we're quite concerned about is where a drug is specifically added to a dietary supplement and then touted for its drug effects, even though they label it as a dietary supplement. For instance, they may add a drug to a weight loss product that may be a diuretic that might help you lose weight very quickly, but in fact it's a drug. It might be a stimulant that's added that also helps you lose weight. There are also male potency enhancement products that could have specific drugs that are used for erectile dysfunction. All of those are unapproved drugs and should not be in those dietary supplements. So we do monitor for those kinds of adulterants. The other concern we have is the use of steroids in dietary supplements. These are used primarily to enhance performance, and some of these steroids are could possibly be called dietary supplements, but most of the ones we see, we believe, are really drugs. And so the consumer really has to be very careful if they see that a product says it has a steroid. Our general advice is to avoid it.
So you also take a look at how these products are marketed?
Yes. Part of our review is to see what kind of claims are made on the package. So if a product is claiming to basically affect the structure and function of the body without making specific treatment, that is disease treatment claims, that would be considered an appropriate type of claim. But if it starts to go into the treatment of a disease, that is, it's saying, you know, you can take this to prevent you from having H1N1 infection or to protect you from the common cold, that's not a structure function claim. You've now entered the drug arena.
And I guess that what you do is controversial.
I would say so, yes. Well, controversial in that we have a lot of products that are in the marketplace, and those products make a broad range of claims. So it's very, you know, it's always a changing market, and the other thing that happens is the internet is constantly advertising and manipulating claims so that products that may purely on the package seem to be no problem, could end up to be sold on the internet with a lot of claims that are really not acceptable. So we're having to monitor the whole internet, the international internet for claims, and then we have to look at the actual container and what does it say on the container. It's quite a challenge.
So what's the future look like for this kind of regulation? I guess it just becomes harder and harder as the ways to advertise these drugs grows.
Well, I'm somewhat optimistic on that. We do have some new regulations. About 2 years ago, we implemented good manufacturing practice regulations for dietary supplements that we believe will assure the public that what's on the label is actually what's in the bottle. And that's an important step forward.
Well, it's in the company's, it's in the industry's best interest to have good product out there and not to have a problem, because as we've seen in foods and some of the other things, you know, a couple of bad actors can spell real ill for an entire industry.
Yes, and I think the industry realizes that, and they have embraced the new GMPs and the Adverse Event Reporting Act, and I think everyone thinks that this could improve the safety of the dietary supplements and give the dietary supplement industry a better name.
So you're a collaborator as well as a police person.
That's a good way to put it. I mean, I guess you could say that I'm collaborating, then I'm trying to help industry to improve the image of dietary supplements.
Because people like them, but also we have a public health function and responsibility.
That's right. You know, quite a few people take dietary supplements, whether it's just a vitamin or a mineral, or it could be glucosamine, it could be you know, all kinds of other products that are sold. A lot of people take them, so my job is to make sure they're safe, and when they pick up that bottle, it is what it says it is. It's that simple.
So your job is to make it safe, but not necessarily efficacious.
Well, there's no review of efficacy by FDA. That is not part of the Act, and so the efficacy has to be assured by the company properly labeling their product. The company cannot make false statements. So if they say that a product can help you lose weight and can help you lose 10 pounds over the next 2 weeks, we feel that they have to have studies in their files that can support that. And if they don't, or if the FTC sees advertising that's not supported, then those claims have to be removed from the product.
We've seen that most recently with H1N1, with all the fraud and the stuff on the internet and those kinds of things.
Yes, that's a very good example.
Thank you.
Thank you.